Okay, thanks guys for being on. We are in the middle of February, which is kind of crazy. Cup month, which is pretty important. If you would listen to the wake up call, you got some exciting news because the challenge pack, the all access challenge pack, is going to stay $199, which is really great. Except for instead of getting 3 points, you're getting 2 now. And here's the decision as to why they did that. What they found out was, and it was funny too, because Ashley and I were just talking about the 10X rule. Instead of people saying, wow, I can get 3 points, like I can blow my points up, people were like, well, I only need to help 2 people. And so instead of these people creating like more people, coaches were like, well, I only need 2 people, I'm done. And the network was like, yeah, no, that's not going to help us. To have coaches know that they only need to help 2 people. You know, the whole golden rule has been we help 3 people a month. And so that's one of the reasons why it's going back to 2 points. But here's the good thing. If you don't know that Shakeology is the core of this business and that your business is really truly built on the fact that you believe in Shakeology, that you have people who use Shakeology, that they get results with Shakeology, you need to understand that. Yes, we are a fitness company, but we also are a supplement company. And the supplements, you know, not everybody every month is going to buy P90X or things like that. But every month they're going to be buying Energize, they're going to be buying Shakeology, they're going to be buying Recovery. And the more you can sell that to your people and to get them results, the bigger your business grows, the more volume you have in your business. And so because of that, you are going to be given 2 points now for just a Shakeology home direct order. Now, one of the ways that I get people on Home Direct is people get weird about Shakeology Home Direct. And I get it because I used to order from Rodan and Fields. And every time I called that company to cancel my HD, they'd be like, yeah, sorry, sister, you didn't call by the 5th. You have to continue it. And so I understand that people get like that. And so I talk to people about that. And I also explain this. A Shakeology HD order as opposed to a one-time order, they are paying almost like $10, $12 just in shipping prices, which is pretty incredible. And so I let people know that, and I let them know, look, it used to be that you had to let the company know. The company now lets you know. They send an email out that says, hey, your shake is coming, and you have the option to cancel it. And so that's one of the ways I've always been able to get people on Shakeology Home Direct. It used to be that we used to tell you guys to upsell people because, you know, buying Shakeology HD doesn't allow them to eventually become a coach and all this other stuff. And so people kind of felt like they were upsold, you know, like, oh, I don't need a program. I don't need the 21-day fix. We have a lot of the newest people actually to my business are gym goers. People who don't even want to work out at home. People who want the access to the all access, but they want to use it in their gym. And so those people are the perfect people that you want to get on Shakeology. And so it just allows you to build your business with even more people. And so you have the 2 points for that. You have the 2 points for your all access pack. All the other challenge packs will stay the same. They will not be on sale. I still sell regular challenge packs because I sell to a lot of people who are in spotty Wi-Fi. But I have been telling people this who are in spotty Wi-Fi. A lot of people have good Wi-Fi at their work. And so I tell them that if they have the app on their phone or an iPad, they can download 7 programs. And so I have a girl that downloads her 7 programs at the hospital that she works. And so she doesn't pay for it. She doesn't have to worry about the spotty internet and everything else like that. So that's always an option too for people who tell you that and stuff. So if you haven't hit Success Club, you have more than enough time to do this. And I think that our next speaker is actually going to probably give you some great ideas, because sometimes I think we get stuck. And when we get stuck, we don't take action. And sometimes all we need to do is take action. And so the reason I had Ashley be on our call was because in 2016, she was the top coach in Success Club points. And so that will tell you that because she has had so much success in selling Challenge Pack with Challenge Pack sales, that she's probably doing something successful. And so the way I wanted to run my team calls for the rest of the year is I wanted to take 2 people out of our network to talk to you guys, like we had Rhonda and we had Emily. And I wanted to take 2 people who were in our organization to share ideas. And I think that that's kind of a good part of it, because you guys hear me all the time. You hear me in live videos. Like you don't need another Wednesday night with me. And so I'm going to unmute Ashley and have her talk to you guys. Thank you, Ashley.
Hi guys, everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, perfect. So thanks, Kim. I started July 2015. And the reason why I started is not because I wanted to be a coach. I actually wanted nothing to do with it. You can ask Karen. Every time she would plant a seed, and I absolutely wanted nothing to do with it. I was a bride first, and I wanted to lose weight for the wedding. So sure, that helped me get a transformation because I was so dedicated. But the thing that I didn't realize what I was doing was I was on every team call that Kim posted. I was on any group that she posted. And I was learning about Shakeology. I was learning about anything about the business via YouTube. And so what I learned right away before I even became a working coach was that I needed to hit something that was called Success Club, and I needed to learn more about it. So, and it's in literally every call, right? So when I did launch into it, I did already have a transformation. Do I feel like I needed to have that? No, I needed to be consistent on social media, and I needed to show up every single day saying that I was working out, I was drinking a shake. So I think it was January 2016. And I said, okay, wedding's over. I'm going to try and jump in. I feel like I've learned so much because I became an independent learner. And so I jumped right in and I didn't look back. So the biggest thing is I launched on Instagram. And launching on Instagram, I made a new name. I showed up every day. But I think the trick was we were told, oh, don't, 3 to 5 times a day. I was probably showing up the first week that I was showing up. I think I was posting about 6 times a day. And we were just talking about the 10X rule. Anything you think you need to be doing, do it 10 times more, because people don't see everything. So I was posting at least 6 times a day. And as my business grew, speak to Julie, we do like 12 times a day, because people aren't going to see everything. And you have to keep that in mind. So consistency, and the more work you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. And consistency with that SC word, that Success Club, you need to hit that every month. And I had that in my head even before I was a working coach. So I knew that I had to do something on social media to tell people, A, I was a coach, B, they could sign up with me, but I had to add some kind of a value to show that this new girl who barely has any followers, barely has any content, sure, I had a transformation, but what else could I provide to them? So I made sure that I jumped in, even with videos. I was scared shitless. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have a script, or sometimes I would have papers and I would fumble over my words. And I didn't care. And that's what got me customers, is because I was me. I was authentically me, and I was unapologetic about it. So if I screwed up, I'd be like, you guys know what I mean. And now I'm pregnant and I screw up all the time because my brain doesn't work. And I say that, and I say, oh, that's just, baby brain's a real thing, hashtag. So in my mind, I had to show up every single day. In my mind, I had to hit Success Club. So how was I going to do that? I was watching YouTube videos. I was watching top coaches, but I wasn't necessarily like this whole business isn't about paving your own path. This business is about duplicating what other people are doing, but not copying. That's the thing, okay? So I knew I had to make a calendar. So I made a calendar, and like, I'm a pen and paper girl. This is crappy. This looks like kindergarten artwork, and it works for me. So who cares? So this is basically how I was going to get all my Success Club points, is because I was showing up every day and I knew I had to hit Success Club. But how was I going to get those clients? Well, I made a calendar that every single month I advertised for a few things. I advertised for a brand new challenge group. Even though my challengers stay in the exact same group, I was just launching a new group according to my social media feed. Why? Well, I wanted it to be a theme. I wanted to give value. I feel as though if you have urgency on something, then people are like, oh, I need to get in on that. Like Nicole was awesome 2 weeks ago. She was like, oh, I only have 3 spots left. Oh my God, I want those. That's how everyone's going to think. So I say, I have a deadline. You have to apply by this date. There's already 16 people in this group. I only have spots for 4 more. Who's it going to be? Every single month I had a challenge group. Every single month that challenge group was advertised. It still is. And every single month, like Rhonda was saying last week, it had a theme. The theme was pretty key to like what was going on in like, if it was this month I'm doing self-love because everyone's talking about it and it's Valentine's Day, and sure, it's boring, but I'm doing no excuse stuff. So like you can't love yourself unless you actually do the work. So that's kind of what I've been talking about. The second thing that I think really, really, really blew up my business was every single month I hosted a free group. So this is honestly, I felt was my bread and butter for getting Success Club points. I hosted a free group every single month, and it was a different theme again. So sometimes it's a workout, sometimes it's a recipe, sometimes it's a clean eating, whatever it is. Every single month I had one. But here was the trick. They had to fill out a Google form, so I got their email address. I had to add them to Facebook, so I would constantly be writing them on Facebook and messaging, and they were always on my contact list. I was always posting on social media what I was doing and when I was advertising. So if today I advertised my clean group in the morning, tomorrow I'm going to advertise it in the PM. And this was always tracked on my to-do list. And I had a to-do list every single day, what I was posting. I literally checked off boxes. Did I do a post about whatever I was advertising? Did I do a coach opportunity post? Did I do something that recognized that I was helping people, like people in my challenge group? So it becomes like almost an urgency that people are like, well, I want to be in that group with whatever she's doing. And I would always do a transformation post as well, whether it be mine or someone else's. So I really think that the get home message was, for me, was literally spending a lot of time on free groups. So going into the free groups, I was posting at least 3 times a day. And I was using Hootsuite. So I didn't have to be there. I didn't have to spend a lot of time on it. Sure, it's setup time. But guys, everything is reusable. You put in time that one time, you can use that 1,700 other times. So put in the work for a little bit, and then it's duplicatable. So yeah, so that's my free group. And then inside my free group, okay, I already have them on Messenger. So what I did is after the first day, I would do an intro about me and basically lay it out that I am a health and fitness coach. I work out every day. I eat clean. This is my transformation. This is my picture. And just really hone in on, this is why you're here, guys, and you're going to participate. And by the end of it, I'm hoping that you're going to be my client, in as blatant as I can be. And by day 2, I would privately message them and say, how's it going? How are you finding it? What is your struggle? Because then I'm building a relationship inside this free group, but I'm also building the relationship outside of the group. And opening the line of communication, I'm now allowing us to have that communication that A, they can write me whenever they want, but B, I can also check in with them. And I really think that was key for me. And then incorporating the Beachbody and selling throughout the free group, I definitely found that every single day I had something related. I would pop in and say, I just did my workout. This is what it is. This is what it involved. Again, drop that I lost weight, drop that I'm eating better. And then by the end of the week, it's basically I only do groups for 5 days. Anything else is a waste of time. No one ever participates on the weekend, so I really don't think that anyone should be hosting anything bigger, longer than that. That's my preference. That's my experience. You guys may be more successful. And side note, I've had free groups fail, like big time fail. So you just have to keep trying, and it may work in 1 month and you try and do the exact same group 7 months later, and it could be the biggest bust, but keep going. Like, who cares? Show up every day. And I've actually kept track of every single person that has been in one of my free groups, and every single one of them, except for 3 people, have signed up with me. So I really, really think that opening that line of communication has been so, so key to A, hitting Success Club, and B, eventually hitting Success Club with these people. So get their emails. Even today, I know that I have to improve my business. Today, I took every single email that I have ever received in Google Forms and added it into MailChimp or Chimp Mail or whatever the heck it's called. I'm trying to learn that new service. And I sent them all a message, the people who haven't signed up, the people who have fallen off. And I say, next week, guys, I'm hosting another free group. Are you in? Here's the link. Because I just want to keep not reusing people, but kind of. If they haven't signed up with me or they've fallen off and I can now get them with the all access bod or the challenge pack, I'm going to try. So that's definitely emails and communication are so key, guys. And every single month on my calendar, I also threaten myself that I have to hit Success Club by the 10th and Success Club 10 by the 10th. And then what I do is then put my energy into my free groups, my challenge group, and my team. I have to hit Success Club first before I feel like I can really help anybody else. And maybe that's a selfish move, but I'm trying to build a business. So that's the way I'm kind of taking it. And all the other top coaches do that. So you have to fake it till you make it. Okay, so definitely 100% you need to be throwing a challenge group every single month. That's what I find. And a free group every single month. The third thing I'm finding is your challenge groups have to be successful. And why? Obviously, because you want people to have results to get them into being a coach. But I get a ton of referrals just because the people in my group have a great time or whatever. They're successful. They enjoy it. That's honestly, I get probably, I don't know, half of my clients are referrals. So think about it that way. If you put in the energy in your challenge groups, you will get perks back from it besides those people being successful. So I show up every single day, at least 5 posts in my challenge group. I comment and like every single post that is posted in my challenge group. I private message my challenge group people and every 2 weeks and just check in on them. And in free groups and in my challenge groups, I will take like a mad face or a pointy face and I will call people out. I'll be like, where are you? You signed up for this. I didn't ask you to be here. You wanted to be here. Like, I am really cutthroat and I think it works. I hope it's working. Otherwise people are like, oh yeah, here I am. Oh yeah. I was here. Sorry, I didn't check in. Well, it just keeps them on their tail, right? So I definitely think that showing up no matter where you are in your challenge groups, in your free groups and social media. You can't not show up on social media. So what else do I have written around here? Oh yeah, and I really think that you need to continuously do a gut check, because I'm finding, like, it's funny that I'm on this call because I'm finding that my business is suffering a little bit because I've been doing the same things over and over. And you do need to do a gut check. I found that I was kind of just yelling at people on my page and I wasn't adding enough value. So I've now hosted the last 3 weeks, I've hosted something. This month has been, I've pushed my limits. I'm going live as often as possible. And take one person in this group and be accountable to each other. And I don't mean success partners per se, but just pick one person and say, look, guys, for the next week, for 5 days, I'm going to go live and I'm going to check in with you. And I want you to watch it. And I want you to tell me how it was and if there's anything I can fix. Because Julie and I do that right now. And it's kind of embarrassing because she's critiquing me and she'll say, like, stop playing with your necklace or stop playing with your hair. But it just makes you a better person. You're going to get out of your comfort zone. And no matter what, you really, really, really have to tell yourself that Success Club is non-negotiable. And honestly, if you make out a calendar, you will realize all your steps. I'm going to hit it by the 5th, or I'm going to hit it by the 10th, even if it's Success Club 5. And then your calendar can also help you when you're running your group and when you're advertising for your group. So those are my tips and tricks. And you got to realize that if it starts with you, so you have to get results, then you have to show up, and then you have to add your value. That is all I have for you. That is how I hit Success Club last year. And that's how I'm continuing to hit Success Club this year beyond Success Club 5. Because I don't think that if you want to grow your business, you can't just hit Success Club 5. I reach for 10 at minimum every single month. That's it, guys.
Thank you. I just got schooled on myself. Like, that's why I loved listening to these. I honestly, when I listened to you, I saw so many opportunities that I have. I do not post that much in my challenge groups. So there's an opportunity I saw there. One of the things that you said, I actually do this too, because when business is tough, sometimes it could be like all we're doing, like you said, is shouting. And so what I do is I audit my page and I say to myself, if somebody wasn't going to buy anything from me, like they don't want me as a health coach, would I still provide value for them? Like, would they still go to my page and be like, oh, that girl helped me? Because sometimes I think we can get so caught up in, I need to invite, I need to do this, I need to do that. We forget the whole purpose is to provide value to people. And so sometimes when you change that up and you start providing value, all of a sudden, like your messages go up. Like, don't you get messages like all of a sudden you'll be like, hey, what's that all access? And you're like, praise Jesus, but sometimes that switch can be really important.
And that's when you know that you're putting out good content. And that's when you know that you should reevaluate what the heck you've been doing to know that that's where you need to go.
Yeah.
That's what
And I like that you talked about the 5-day free group, because I think what a lot of coaches do, new coaches, they're so afraid to ask people to join them that they go, well, I'm just going to ask them to join me for a free group. And then they wind up running these free accountability groups that just go on and on and on. And I don't know about you, but we got into this business to get people results and to make money. And I know that whatever I was doing before Beachbody was not working. And so running an accountability group where people are doing the same things that I failed at is not helping me, and it's not helping them either. And so those 5-day groups are kind of just enough time for people to be excited, people to get part of things, and doing that. One of the things that I'm changing my business around, because I got to tell you guys, I've been in this business for 5 years now. You have to reinvent yourself. Just like things work, things don't work either. And you have to change it. And one of the things that I'm kind of going back to is going back to like those themes, like I've already planned like March's challenge group. And it's all about like people think that, oh, they're just lucky that somebody has a good body. And it has nothing to do with luck. It has everything to do with hard work. And so that's kind of going to be the theme. And that's what my live videos are going to be on. And that's what the challenge group's going to be about. And that's what my free group's going to be about, because my free group is going to be about affirmations. And, like when people, do affirmations, it's not like they are bringing luck to them. It's just that they're creating that thing. So it's like kind of like an overriding theme. And that's something I've never done, because I used to be like, fly by the seat of my pants. But that can be exhausting, and it can take the joy out of the business. and stuff like that. So thank you so much, Ashley. I'm going to take 3 questions if somebody wants to put them in the chat. And
While we wait for questions, I want to say one thing too. Evaluating your page, but evaluating your life. I was still trying to reach out to brides. I'm not that person anymore. Like, I'm 6 months pregnant. So now I'm actually posting in the morning, trying to get stay-at-home moms. I'm posting after like the 12 to 2 because their kids are going to be napping. So I'm trying to already change my page so that when I do have this baby, I can still make an income. I'm relatable to those people. That's the biggest thing. And like a lot of the top coaches right now who are in these $1 million houses, they're not relatable, and they say that's their downfall. So I'm trying to constantly reevaluate my posts and my life and make it so real that people can connect with me at the next journey of my life.
You know what? I agree with you, Ashley. Sometimes the best people that come to my group are when I post at 2:00 in the afternoon, when people have their children sleeping, because that's the time they actually have. Kelly asked a good question. What are 5 things? You said you post 5 things a day. So what are some 5 things you typically post in your challenge groups?
Oh, my challenge group. Okay, so challenge group, I always do my sweaty selfie. I always do food. I'll do tips, like if it's theme related. I'm doing in our challenge tracker app, I'm doing a video once a week, and it's about 10 to 15 minutes and recapping. Okay, this week, this is what we're going to do. This week, you should be feeling this. I'll post on every single person's stuff. And whatever I feel like the energy is in that day, that's another post. I make sure that I'd say, okay, guys, like I don't see a lot of you posting, like what's going on? Where are we struggling? So sweaty selfie, I post my food, everything I eat, and we post like water tag. So I'll take a picture of like me drinking water, and I'll tag, okay, guys, so you're up next, and I'll tag 3 people. And then we have a stream going of those people who got tagged, and they have to tag other people, and they have to tag other people. So we have a lot of people checking in all throughout the day, and we just do kind of fun things like that. I've heard on calls that if you do struggle, you can actually make it that every couple of days you could do some kind of a challenge. So do like a wall squat and post a picture, or do like a plank and post a picture. So you can challenge your people to do something and then post a picture.
Cool. Those are some good ideas. I like the water tag, because I feel like in the challenge tracker app, it's very successful, but I kind of want that interaction to go on. And so that's actually a good idea. Any other questions anybody has? I can unmute you if you don't have access to the chat feature. Any questions? Going.
What's interesting is we use both. I use the My Challenge Tracker app and my Facebook group, because I have 2 people who like both.
Yeah.
In the Challenge Tracker app, we literally only use it to log our workouts and our Shakeology. Oh. And we use the Facebook group to play those games, to post our food, to ask questions, do our transformations. It works. So I continuously evaluate, and when I set up a new group, I ask my people and I take a poll. Do you guys want to do both? Do you want to stick with one? I think you have to be a little bit flexible. Most of my people hated the app when it first came out, and now they like it just because of those check marks. Yeah. So you have to, don't just take away their opinion, ask them, because I really think that makes your group more successful as well.
This month for February, I'm doing both because I miss the ability to go live. Yeah. Be able to kind of like talk to them and do that kind of stuff. And so that's probably a better way, because it's hard in the tracker to get past everybody's like the 5 million Shakeology posts and the 5 million. And the people have told me it's hard for them to find my posts, like things like that. So that's good.
And that's why I stopped posting my food in the app, because it would lose every day I post something. It's some kind of like an inspirational quote or something to woohoo them. And that, if I posted food, boom, that went down to the bottom. However, this week or last week, I noticed that maybe I never noticed it before, but you can pin something you do on the My Challenge Tracker app. So I now pin my weekly videos up there, but everything else kind of falls to the wayside.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Ashley. Lots of tips. I know I feel more energized to go out and kick some more butt. So thank you for sharing your tips. And thank you guys for always making time in your schedule to be on the call. Good night, guys.